this video, I'm going to talk about loan brokers. I'm going to talk about the role they play in a private real estate transaction, and I'm going to talk about how important it is that the borrower knows exactly who they are dealing with. So I think loan brokers play a particularly important role in the hard money lending space. Hard money lending was really operating in the shadows until 5 or 6 years ago. So borrowers had a hard time connecting directly to certain hard money lenders. You know, hard money lenders come in all shapes and sizes. Some can only do a certain loan size, a certain geography, a certain property type. So the brokers became an important resource for borrowers to gain access to these private lenders. So first, let me say, they're really important to my business. Brokers play an important role. I felt very early on that it was important for me to tap into their pipelines. So I structured my point program around brokers. I charge 2 points. I charge one up and one out, one at closing and one on repayment. So what that does is it allows the broker to come in, charge their point, and for the borrower at closing to pay only 2 points. Whereas if they went to another lender, they may pay all 3 at closing or even more. So next I'm going to go through what I feel are the most important characteristics of a loan broker. And I'm going to go through it from the borrower's perspective because after all, we may not agree. And the first and most important reason you use a loan broker is access. And this is the one I have to say I have trouble with a lot of the times. But as a borrower, you want to go to a loan broker that has access, that can go to multiple lenders and ensure the success of getting your loan closed. Not every lender is the same. Some are limited by geography, by property type, by loan size. Going to a good loan broker is going to give you the highest chance of success. Number two, they're going to save you time. I mean, you're going to pay them a fee to go out and close your loan or place your loan. They're going to save you time and effort. I mean, let's face it, you're going to pay your real estate agent 5 or 6% on the back end to sell your property. What's 1% to help you get the loan closed and closed with the right loan and the right lender? And three, just as an extension of that, you know, a good loan broker is going to be able to get you the best terms. Sometimes they'll be even able to save you points or at least offset the cost of their service. So they're going to find you the right loan, whether it be the right term, the right rate, the right point structure. They may be able to help you structure in an interest reserve or some competitive advantage that will allow you to get the best structured loan for your project. So finally, I'm going to talk about the importance of knowing who your broker is and what role they're going to play from the lender's standpoint. So we know they need to meet the certain 3 characteristics that we just talked about. You know, access, they're going to take time and effort off your plate. They're going to save you money, hopefully get you the best terms, etc. But from a lender's standpoint, brokers are not all the same. You know, I have brokers that when they call me, they don't even know the address of the property. I have brokers that will run a full application, do a full underwriting, and put a beautiful package in front of me. So the amount of work they do depends. So that's number 1. Number 2, sometimes brokers are going to brokers who are then coming to me with your loan. So you want to make sure that the broker that you're dealing with isn't part of a daisy chain of brokers that will ultimately lead to me. As an example, this morning I got a loan request. The loan request included 2 brokers. They wanted 5 points in addition to my 2 points. So that means the borrower would have paid 12%, 6 points to close, and 1 point on repayment. Third and finally, in this day and age, post-COVID, a lot of the direct lenders you knew and were closing loans with are no longer able to lend. They don't have money to lend. So, well, in fact, they never did. So what they're doing is actually now stepping back into the broker role. So I'm getting calls from my competitors who are saying, I have a borrower of mine, a good client, a guy or woman that I've closed a lot of loans with who I can no longer satisfy. And therefore, I'd like to bring them to you. And in return for that, I want to charge them a point. So the borrower who is going to what they thought was a direct lender, they're actually going to a broker. That broker is coming to me, and they're now being charged an extra point to close their transaction.